Good morning, everyone. Hope you're all feeling balanced today, and that you had a balanced meal. Maybe you didn't eat breakfast, but recently, I hope your last meal was balanced, because today's theme is going to focus on balance and the power of finding balance. And we are being inspired all this month by the teachings of the great masters. So we have a chant called Master, Come to Me. And you don't have to think of a divine person. You can think of the Master being life, God, Spirit, your own inner wisdom, however you wish. And then we move on to calling on the Holy Spirit, that Spirit that connects all life. So just join us as we melt into this music. Master,
to see. You know who I am so
Holy Spirit,
Holy Spirit, you're one with me. Teach me how to see. You know who I am so well.
So I invite you to stay in that prayerful place and continue the journey inward, where we know who we are as one with Spirit. We invoke that consciousness into our being. We honor that presence, that power. We know that we are guided every moment, in every choice we make, in every thought we think. We align ourselves in body, mind, and spirit towards a balanced life. For this opportunity to be together, to support one another, to be in prayerful presence together in this wonderful spiritual community. We are truly grateful. And so it is. Amen. So welcome unity on this glorious day. I looked outside this morning, woke up to sunshine and thought, time to put on light, bright colors. Time to make that shift. So now I invite Donovan up to tell us more about what's happening.
Good morning. I guess I did the opposite. I wore black. But I'm so happy. I think that spring has officially sprung. It sure feels like it, and it's sure nice to have some sunshine. And welcome to everyone who's watching on their phones and computers. I've got the announcements for today. Somehow, it's already May 22nd. The year seems to be going so fast. Here's a reminder to check your cell phones and make sure that they're on silent mode. I think I need to do that so that they don't ring during the service. While at Unity, please make sure you wear a mask, and I see everyone is doing that. And during our sing-alongs as well, and remember that masks cover your nose and mouth, but not your eyes, okay? Especially if you're driving. Thank you. All right. Thankfully, it says right on here. I thought I was being original. Thankfully, it does not need to cover your eyes. It literally says that on here. Okay. Exceptions are for those who are presenting or while eating or drinking. Okay, prayer requests. If you are in need of prayer for yourself, a loved one, a friend, or whomever, please let us know. Contact Reverend Inga. Here's her number right here on the PowerPoint. And for everyone here in person, you can place your prayer card in the prayer box in the foyer or in the offering basket as that comes along. Next Sunday, Whole Life Spirituality, Lessons from the Buddha. John West takes a look at some 2,500 years ago, the founder of Buddhism provided a holistic approach to spiritual growth grounded in the same essential reality we live in today. So that's going to be great. We need somebody to help with PowerPoint. At least one Sunday per month. In the sound booth back there with Ryan, just to be advancing the PowerPoint slides along with the music and the service. If you'd like to volunteer, please contact Gina in the office. Let's see. Oh, we also need youth and family ministry teacher volunteers. That would be fun. We're currently looking for teachers for our uni kids age 5 to 10 to teach 2 Sundays a month. The curriculum and lesson plans are provided. For more information, please contact Alice Sparks. And I'm not seeing her, but her number's on here, 971-254-7564. And that's if you want to help out with the youth and family ministry. Okay, y'all still with me? Okay, good. Our beloved Tim Harrow, who passed away in November 2021, requested that his music collection be shared with his Unity family. Please make sure to check out the CD collection in the fellowship hall and take some home with you and enjoy. That's awesome. And our board president, Sarah Nay, oh, there she is, has an announcement. So here's Sarah Nay.
Good morning, friends. Our leadership here at Unity wanted to share with you that a couple of weeks ago, we had a guest here for the first time. And that guest came in through our greeter system. She was fully vaccinated and boosted. And she began feeling ill in the afternoon, and she went to the urgent care, and she was diagnosed with COVID. She was kind enough to let us know, and I was able to contact her and speak with her. She is doing well, and she's resting at home. When she came to Unity that Sunday, she was wearing her mask, and she sat in the back of the sanctuary, and she had minimal contact with anyone with the exception of the greeter. After the services, she was here briefly, and she did not partake of any refreshments, and then she went home, where she began to feel increasingly ill and went to the urgent care. We wanted to let you know about this because we wanted to use it as a learning experience. In reviewing this event, it became really obvious to us that our most vulnerable place here at Unity is the fellowship hall, where many of us take our masks off and we have coffee or tea or cookies or whatever our wonderful friends have set out for us. And so we want to remind you to please wear your mask when you're not eating or drinking. And now that the weather's warming up, we'll be moving outside, and that's always a lot of fun and probably a little bit safer too. Also, if you're a person who works or is involved in activities where you're sharing air with a lot of different persons, please be mindful to keep your mask on here at Unity with your friends. And if you do become ill, please let us know, both so that we can keep you in our prayers and also so that we can do the necessary steps to protect the community. Thank you all so much for your cooperation and your support. I believe our policies are really working. Everyone is doing a really good job. We're staying well, and we hope to stay that way. Many blessings.
I think we've done pretty well here, actually. So thank you all for participating in that and for your patience as we work through these times. Well, we have a little stand-up sing-along for you, which you may be familiar with. And I think you'll get the hang of it. If you don't know, I'm going to run through the melody of it. But if you would like to join us by standing, you can get kind of your body going. But the melody goes like this. Here we go.
Oh, life, make me like the breeze, moving through the world with ease, touching in a gentle way,
And back down.
cooling on the hardest day. Isn't it the nature of me? Isn't it what I'm meant to be? Looking at the clues that you give, isn't this the way we should live? Isn't it the nature of me? Oh, life, make me like the stream,
Make me like the stream.
rolling, stretching far and free, ain't what I'm meant to be. Looking at the clues that you give, isn't this the way we should live? Isn't it the nature of me?
Going up.
Life, your deepest ocean show. There's much more we still could know. Life, your highest mountains reached. How high every soul could reach. Isn't it the nature of me? Isn't it what I'm meant to be? Looking at the clues that you give, isn't this the way we should live? Isn't it the nature of me?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is the nature of me. Yes, it is what I'm meant to be. Following the clues that you give, I know it's the way we should live. Yes, it is the nature of me.
Oh, 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 oh.
Yes, it is the nature of me.
Thank you so much. And now we have the pleasure of having one of our chaplains, Andy Para, guide us in a meditation time.
So let's all take a few deep breaths. Relax. And feel that nature of sense of who we are, who we truly are. Come to your senses. Come to your inner parts. To your heart space. And let's let go of memories, troubling memories from this week. Anything that caused stress or conflict. Feel ourselves letting go of those memories. And let go of any residue of negative emotion. Let go of any mental chatter, distractions, and let's focus. Let go of any impulse or desire to be somewhere else. And let's just be here in the present moment, in the presence of pure being. And as we get more and more quiet, let's focus on the space between your eyebrows, your third eye. And welcome here the energy of equanimity. Allowing yourself to see things as they truly are, without attachment, without bias, without worry or anxiety. And as I say equanimity, feel that last sound, the E, resonate within your third eye. And now let's move to the space just below your navel. And let's welcome here the energy of respect and tranquility towards all the people in your life. see these people as equally deserving of God's love as you. And inside this space, just feel the resonance of the sound of ah. That sense of ease. Ah. Finally, let's go to your heart space. And let's welcome the energy of forgiveness and generosity and gratitude towards everyone you know, family, relations, yourself, and spirit. Just feel grateful that we are here. And in your heart space, let's let the sound of Om resonate here. And now let's let these three major zones of our energy presence all come into balance. This is the guidance of the ancient masters. Whether it was Siddhartha teaching his students, Krishna, the Essenes, the ancient Egyptians, Master Jesus, or Muhammad, Saint Teresa, they were all talking to us about bringing into balance all these energies. Those that interact with the world and those that take in all the information from the world. So let us breathe in that sense of peaceful equanimity around our third eye, that sense of endearing respect around our navel, and that all-encompassing sense of gratitude around our heart space. And now let that energy rise and rise through the top of our crown. And feel ourselves coming back to this room, to the here and now. As we prepare for the next song.
gardens that I grew in my yard never quite measured up to the garden next door. But I'm sure it was no fault of mine. The sun shines brighter on their side. All the romances that came sailing my way, I just couldn't swim out far enough to save. But it was no fault of my own. I've always sunk just like a stone.
And it takes a caring heart, it takes a watchful eye, if you want to keep the weeds out of your mind. But the flowers you grow within color everything outside. For the master of the garden, dreams come alive.
All of the words I wish I hadn't said, I bury inside me and I say them again. All of the moments I wish I hadn't spent, I lock them inside me and I live them again and again and again. But since I'm not the one to blame, I'm not the one who needs to change.
And it takes a caring heart, it takes a watchful eye, if you want to keep the weeds out of your mind. But the flowers you grow within color everything outside. For the master of the garden, dreams come alive. But if I face this fear inside, that I'm the maker of my life, that I'm the culprit of the crime, will I be lost or will I find myself
For the first time?
And it takes a caring heart, it takes a watchful eye, if you want to keep the weeds out of your mind. But the flowers you grow within color everything outside. For the master of the garden, dreams come alive.
All of the gardens that I grew in my yard never quite measured up to the garden next door. But this year my garden's growing tall. The sun shines just as brightly on us all.
And it takes a caring heart,
It takes a caring heart.
it takes a watchful
It takes a
eye,
watchful
if you want to keep the weeds out of your mind. But the flowers you grow
The
within
flowers you grow within
color everything outside.
Everything
For the
outside.
master of the garden, dreams come alive.
Yeah, thank you, John. What a talented fellow you are. So many sides to John that I've come to appreciate over the years. First of all, thank you, Gina, for choosing that exquisite slide to go with today's talk. So, as we follow the footsteps of the masters, one thing stands out for me: balance. That's the message I find as a common thread in reading some of the masters, saints and mystics of yesterday and today. They inspire us to discern what is important and to make wise choices. They were on fire in their love for the divine. Their mystical experiences reveal to us a passion and devotion for the infinite and to live in balance with our environment and in harmony with our fellow human beings. They lived not on a bed of roses, and like us, they had many challenges that honed their character and their understanding. Through their writings, we can glean the wisdom to strive towards better lives and serve in ways that not only are good for ourselves, but for all humankind. In his book, The Essential Mystics, Andrew Harvey speaks of 7 traditions that address the teachings of the masters. He talks about Taoism, Hinduism, Buddhism, Judaism, ancient Greece, Islam, and Christianity. And these masters remind us to listen to the voices and experiences of the original cultures, to live our lives with enthusiasm, and to restore balance with nature and with one another. Our lives have become so removed from our connection with the environment. Our lives have changed so much. You ask kids today, where does milk come from? The grocery store. They have no idea that there are cows out there somewhere that actually produce the milk they drink. So our human race is out of harmony with one another, as witnessed by all the conflicts around the world. All life is equal, Oren Lyons, chief of the Onondaga, informed the United Nations. We forget, we consider ourselves, but after all, we consider ourselves superior. But after all, we are merely a part of all of creation. We must continue to understand where we are. We stand between the mountain and the ant as part and parcel of the creation. It is our responsibility, since we have been given the minds to take care of these things. It is our responsibility, since we have been given the minds to take care of these things. So this is what Andrew has to say about Taoism, the way of balance. The Tao Te Ching is defined as meaning, the way and the power, the creator of the universe. It's all about life, balance of yin and yang, living skillfully with integrity, in tune with the mystery. The way that can be spoken of is not the constant way, the Tao tells us. So it's mystical. It can't really be defined in so many words. Here's a story. During a time of great drought, a Taoist master was asked by members of a village if he could help bring rain to their dry fields. They confessed trying many other approaches before reaching out to him, but without success. The master agreed to come and asked for a small hut with a garden that he could tend. For 3 days, he tended the garden, performing no special rituals or asking anything further from the villagers. On the 4th day, rain began to fall on the parched earth. When asked how he had achieved such a miracle, the master answered that he was not responsible for the rain. However, he explained, when he came to the village, he had sensed disharmony within himself. Each day, as he tended the garden, he returned a little more to himself. When he returned to balance, the rain became naturally. And thank you to Donna for that story. All right, let's look at Hinduism. The way of presence. For the Hindu mystic, every human being is one with Brahman, the source or the infinite, in his or her Atman, his or her divine self or soul. The aim of human life is to know that Atman consciously and to live in the calm, fearless, and selflessly loving life that arises from this knowledge. In other words, the divine within. Buddhism, the way of clarity and balance. The Buddha was a Hindu. So there's that connection, just like Jesus was a Jew. They're all connected, they all share the wisdom. The Buddha grew up as a prince in the protection and riches of the palace. His parents wanted him to have a beautiful life and shielded him from the harshness of life outside the palace walls. When he snuck outside the palace one day, he witnessed extreme poverty and death. He had lived in luxury and now chose to live as an ascetic for a while, shunning all creature comforts. Determined to find the answer to his query, he sat under the Bodhi tree in meditation, waiting for enlightenment. He came to the conclusion that neither extreme was good and chose the middle way, the way of balance. More on that next week from John. Judaism, the way of holiness. The Kabbalists developed the marvelous continuation of the ancient goddess tradition into a profound vision of what they call Shekinah. You talked to us about that on Mother's Day, thank you, Serenay, whom they characterized as the queen or bride of Yahweh in the essence and the emanation of the utterly unknowable source in reality and the glory of God with both the creation and the individual soul. In a wider mystical sense, this presence of the sacred feminine in Judaism is found in its essence of the sacredness of human life in all of its particulars, when sanctified by prayer and the observation of the sacred tradition, in the way they eat, marriage, childbearing, holy friendship, as well as prayer, contemplation, rituals, and worship. In Judaism, there is a blessing for everything. I just love that. All right, let's look at ancient Greece, the way of beauty. Plato's ultimate awareness is of the blessedness of the world everywhere permeated by soul. In Plotinus, one of the world's supreme and highly original mystics, we find a revelation of the universe everywhere radiant with the presence of divine beauty. A beauty that waits only for the soul to be purified, to reveal itself in all its wounding, ecstatic loveliness. I have a weakness for that beauty myself. Islam, the way of passion and joy. Muhammad was illiterate and received the Quran, a glorious poetic and religious masterpiece in a series of revelations. The Quran, both in its structure and its metaphorical language, dedicates itself to transmitting the living sense of God's both beautiful and terrible grandeur, forever beyond the human being's ability to understand or imitate. From the extent and depth of Muhammad's experience of this grandeur of Allah, the one God, arose that quality of passionate, loving humility that characterizes his life and mission, and also the very best of Islamic mysticism. Muhammad never confused himself with the Godhead, whose majesty had often nearly destroyed him, and never claimed to be anything but God's messenger. His bearing and behavior were characteristic of the most exquisite courtesy of soul and reverence towards life. Last but not least, Christianity, the way of love in action. The truths of other mystical traditions are reflected in the depth of the Christian message. The Christian revelation at its richest contains and reflects the Koji and Hopi knowledge of the interconnection of all life, the Taoist sense of organic balance, and a mysterious conjunction of opposites. In the Hindu tradition, awareness of the grandeur of the soul, and the Buddhist devotion to compassion and clear ethical living. The Jewish awe of the unutterable holiness of God and the sacredness of ordinary life. The Greek adoration of divine beauty, and the Islamic passion for God as the beloved. Each tradition has a different focus, but a common thread of balance. So I want to share with you, I better put on my glasses, this is small print. I want to share with you the story of a billionaire who died at age 56, and this is the final essay of Steve Jobs. I reached the pinnacle of success in the business world. In some others' eyes, my life was the epitome of success. However, aside from work, I have little joy. In the end, my wealth is only a fact of life that I am accustomed to. At this moment, lying on my bed and recalling my life, I realize that all the recognition and wealth that I took so much pride in have paled and become meaningless in the face of my death. You could employ someone to drive the car for you, make money for you, but you cannot have someone bear your sickness for you. Material things lost can be found or replaced, but there is one thing that can never be found when it's lost: your life. Whichever stage in life you are in right now, with time, you will face the day when the curtain comes down. Treasure the love of your family, love of your spouse or partner, love of your friends. Treat yourself well and cherish others. As we grow older and hopefully wiser, we realize that a $300 or $30 watch both tell the same time. You will realize that your true inner happiness does not come from the material things in this world. Whether you fly first class or economy, if the plane goes down, you go with it. Therefore, I hope you realize when you have mates, buddies, old friends, brothers, sisters who you chat with, laugh with, talk with, sing songs with, talk about north, south, east, west, or heaven and earth, that is true happiness. Don't educate your children to be rich. Educate them to be happy so that when they grow up, they will know the true value of things and not the price. Eat your food as your medicine. Otherwise, you have to eat medicine as your food. The one who loves you will never leave you for another, because even if there are 1,000 reasons to give up, he or she will find one reason to hold on. There's a big difference between a human being and being human. Only a few really understand that. You are truly loved when you are born. You will be truly loved when you die. In between, you have to manage. The 6 best doctors in the world are sunlight, rest, diet, self-confidence, and friends. Must have missed one. Okay, maintain them in all stages and enjoy a healthy life. I didn't. Signed, Steve Jobs. So when you picture your life, imagine a pie chart. What are all the parts and pieces that make up your life? Work, play, health, your spiritual practice, family, spouse, partner, friends, food you eat, learning, sleep, finances, personal growth, I'm sure you can think of other areas of your life that make up the parts and pieces if you were to divide it in a pie chart. Is it balanced? Does it feel balanced? Are there areas you want to pay attention to that will make a difference so that you can bring your life more into harmony, feeling more balanced? I am a member of United Healthcare, and they send me this magazine regularly. On the front cover is a picture of a fellow named Alan Page. Here's a guy who is leading a balanced life. Let me read you some excerpts from this article. Anyone who thought Justice Alan Page, age 76, should slow down after leaving his seat on the Minnesota Supreme Court 7 years ago has a lot to learn about him. The NFL Hall of Famer was once the heart of the Minnesota Vikings, Purple People Eaters defense. In 1979, he became an attorney, but didn't officially hang up his football uniform until 2 years later. In 92, he donned the black robes of the state's highest court. In 2018, he was awarded the nation's highest civilian honor, the Presidential Medal of Freedom. A person would have to possess a natural or maybe unnatural commitment to both physical and mental fitness. Few balance both as well as did Alan Page. So it probably shouldn't come as a surprise today that Page's schedule is still packed. On any given morning, you might find he's already visited with his grandchildren or busy doing puzzles. Then come the meetings and many concerning the Page Amendment, a proposed change to Minnesota's Constitution that would refine a quality education as a civil right for every child in the state. Also, there's his regular work with the foundation that he founded with his wife. Not to mention his side career with his daughter, Cammie, as a children's book author, art collector, and as of late, a maple syrup farmer. It's as close to a full-time job as you can get without actually having one, he quips. So he wanted to become a lawyer right from the get-go. So that took him there through a circuitous journey. Page says the most important lesson he learned from sports was the benefit of hard work and preparation. The mental side of the game was more important for me than the physical side. My advice for anyone seeking excellence: don't try to be better than the next person. Try to achieve your own highest potential. In addition to all this, he's dedicated to service. Service, he says, is as beneficial to the one doing it as to those receiving it. But in this phase of his life, Page also considers it an obligation. He quotes his friend, Kevin Warren, the former Vikings CEO, who now serves as commissioner of the Big Ten Conference. As Kevin puts it, those of us who have had the opportunity to ride the elevator to the top have a duty to send the elevator back down. The mindset has been a theme throughout Page's life. Feel grateful for your good fortune and embrace change when it inevitably comes. Instead of hanging on to the past, you look forward to the future. And he is optimistic about the future. When he talks to young people, he finds that they're curious, they're committed, and they're optimistic and want to live their lives in balanced ways. So thank you, Alan Page, for that inspiration. So in closing, I'd like to quote from an excerpt from a poem by Ella Wheeler Wilcox. The title of the poem is "'Tis the Set of the Sails." One ship sails east, one ship sails west, by the same south winds that blow. 'Tis a set of the sails, and not the gales, that tells the way we go. I'm reminded that I always have a choice. I can't control the circumstances, but I can control how I respond to them, how I set my sails. How did you set your sails this morning when you got up? What kind of a day do you want this to be? I reset my sails recently, and I resonate with the words of Henry David Thoreau. I went into the woods because I wished to live deliberately, to front only the essential facts of life, and see if I could not learn what I had to teach, and not, when I came to die, discover that I had not lived. Or in the words of another person, die with the music still inside me. Speaking of that, there's a song that I heard on the radio recently. It's not a new song, but it's by Bon Jovi. It's my life. It's now or never. I ain't gonna live forever. I just want to live while I'm alive. It's my life. My heart is like an open highway. As Frankie said, I did it my way. I just want to live while I'm alive. It's my life, and it's your life, and your life. Claim it. God bless you.
We are waiting for our young drummer. So if you will join me in chanting Chiante. I'll take a moment just to stop the thinking I do of the future and the past. Time to leave behind the clock and click the cell phone off and breathe the air of peace at last. My soul whispers, oh please don't spend so long away from your heart. I need to listen when my soul whispers, so sweet. Come and open up the secret you are. I can ride the world's commotion, up and down emotion, roller coasting all the day. Takes my self-control to slow down, step off the merry-go-round, let the roar just fade away. My soul whispers, oh please don't spend so long away from your heart. I need to listen when my soul whispers, so sweet. Come and open up the secret you are. my soul whispers, oh, please don't spend so long away from your heart. I need to listen when my soul whispers, so sweet, come and open up the secret you are. I hear the softest voice within, hear it calling me my whole life long. A gentle breeze that fills my heart every time I stop to hear its universal song. So I think I'll take a moment. I think I hear a moment. I need to listen when I think I'll take a moment.
I hear my
I think I'll take a moment.
Soul whispers. How lovely. So I invite you now to take your love offerings out. And while you do, I want to take a moment to thank the music team. I don't know how they do it, but every Sunday they come up with gorgeous music. That's a beautiful compliment to whatever the talk title is. Thank you. And yes. And we miss Laura. She's away on a well-deserved vacation. And I want to thank Bev for the lovely flowers once again. And all the volunteers who show up every Sunday, the bookstore, the ushers, greeters, the kitchen angels, the whole long list of dear ones who make this service possible, and our wonderful, reliable staff working diligently in the background. So please help me in blessing. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give in love, and I trust God.
Bless the world through me. Bless the world through me. I am your instrument. Bless the world through me. Bless the world through me.
All the love inside of me.
Bless the world through me.
Here and now I set it free.
I am your instrument
To shine on everything I see.
bless the world through me.
Oh, bless everything I see.
Oh, I'm waking up to something greater than I've ever known. And we make a difference as we join our hands and hearts, creating unity. It's what this world needs.
Bless the world through me.
All the love inside of me.
Bless the world through me.
Here and now I set it free.
I am your instrument
To shine on everything I see.
bless the world through me.
Thank you, Betsy, for coming up here to help me with the blessing. As we express our gratitude for all we have received this morning and our gratitude for these gifts that have been given, you are a blessing, and we pass that blessing on to all we meet, and may it spread out as light and love to the community, and not just within these walls, our own beloved spiritual community, but beyond to the greater community. So as we hold that thought, we are truly grateful for all that we have received, and so it is. Amen. Thank you. We have some chaplains with us this morning. I see Andy and Bev and Julia. So that side of the sanctuary is dedicated to prayer in the mornings. So I invite those of you who feel the need for prayer, whether you're for yourself or someone else, to avail yourself of that service. And then there is fellowship out there. So thank you. And
It's time to rise and sing our song of peace. Feeling our connection now, not only with one another right here, but everyone who is joining us from afar. Just feel that connection expanding out from our hearts, radiating like a sun to the world, the whole world. And how about including those spots that really need it? All the souls are struggling now to find their own balance, their own path of peace. May they find the blessings that are awaiting them. With love, with time, we'll reach that place where all souls can join together in peace and harmony and balance. So let our hearts go out now as we sing this song.